Good morning from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And today we're hiking about 15 miles, maybe a little bit less, starting out at Cataloochee Divide over in Cataloochee area. And we're going to be taking that all the way to Double Gap, where we'll come back about 1.8 miles till we get to McKee Branch, and then take a steep downhill down McKee Branch. And then we're going to take that up to Big Fork Ridge Trail. And that's where we'll end, at Big Fork Ridge Trailhead. We might have a little bit of a road walk because the road to get to that trailhead is closed. So maybe about a mile walk, but nothing too bad. Beautiful day out here today. Get out and do some hiking. Enjoy this. We'll see you down the trail.
Really?
Hiking along Cataloochee Divide here, you get these kind of views, especially when the leaves aren't on the trees in the wintertime. Very nice. Hiking along Cataloochee Divide. We're about 1.5 miles in, and today we've got a good group. We'll do another key swap. So we got one group starting at the Big Fork Ridge, and one group starting at Cataloochee Divide. We're gonna meet middle, swap keys, and keep on going. Got a really good group, and so making for good conversation and good time on the trail. This has been the trail, just a little bit up and down. We'll climb a little bit at the beginning. Then once we get to McKee Branch, it drops a lot. And so it is absolutely wonderful out here. So blessed to be out here. So about 2 miles into the trail, you'll come to where it meets back up with this old fence post here, this old fence. And this is Panther Spring Gap. And so legend has it that way back in the day, 30s or somewhere in there, 1930s, that a young girl was heard screaming, being dragged off by a panther. And so that's what gives this area its name, Panther Spring. And like to believe, hopefully it's not true, but like to believe that there may be some panthers in this area. It does have one of the highest sighting events of any area of the park for mountain lions and panthers. Although they say there's not any here, but there's been a lot of sightings, so maybe. But anyway, this is Panther Spring Gap. Follows right along the fence. Here about 3.3 miles into the trail, you got Taylor's turnaround. It's where you can stop and enjoy a view. Pretty amazing. Nice place to take a little break. Taylor's turnaround. All right, on we go. So at 4.4 miles along Cataloochee Divide is the Science Center. And I've never been to it, but it's got some good views, and we're gonna go up here and take a look. Here we go. All right, standing on the porch of the Science Center. Beautiful views. That right there is Purchase Knob, for anybody that wonders. There's the view, and here's the Science Center. I don't think it opens till April though. There we go. And it's just about 0.2 off the trail, so let's head back, get back on the trail, and finish up the hike. Made it to the McKee Branch trail intersection in Cataloochee Divide. We're going to continue on for the 1.8 miles to Hemp Hill Ball. We'll turn around and come back to this point and then take McKee Branch Trail. So here we go. In memory of Hollis Price, 1830 to 2019, he loved these mountains. I agree, Hollis. Little bench, place to sit. All right, Double Gap and Hemp Hill Bald. Hemp Hill Bald is right up there. Yeah. And that's Cataloochee Ranch, private property. But if you're doing the Hemp Hill Bald loop, you'll come right down this trail and then take a left and go right down there. Beautiful out here. All right, made it to the Cataloochee Divide and Hemp Hill Bald intersection here. And we've got 1.8 miles back to McKee Branch, where we'll take that. And so it's been a really nice trail, well maintained. For the most part uphill, but some flats that kind of balance it out. So it's really nice, really good trail. Fantastic day hiking. So let's get back on the trail. Let me show you the rest of it. Apparently there is a Native American trail marker tree right up here. We're gonna go see it. See what it's all about. So just about 100 yards up the trail is a Native American tree, marker tree. Let's see what apparently it's called the mystery tree. Help Native Americans navigate the land. Really interesting. All right, back on the trail. So at the swag, check this place out. Luxury resort. Buddy Jamie there. They even give you free ice cream, water. Best bathrooms in town. Even got hand towels. Smells good. I'm gonna have to come back and do this hike again. Here's your view. There you go. That's the swag. So on the outskirts of the swag, which is a luxury resort up in the mountains, you've got some of this area. It looks like a garden and some bees. All right, we're at the Cataloochee Divide Trail and McKee Branch Trail and heading down McKee Branch for 2.3. Let's go. This McKee Branch is steep downhill, and so it should be interesting. Be fun for the knees. All right, hiking down McKee Branch with my hiking crew there in front of me, and it has been steep downhill and really thick leaves. So just expect that if you're hiking down this, that it's going to be steep with thick leaves. Not a whole lot to see on the trail without the leaves on the trees. It's actually not too bad. But other than that, good trail, just steep. Some interesting fact about McKee Branch Trail. It used to be named the Long Branch Trail and was used as a thoroughfare back in the day for people to get from one side of the mountain to the other. And at some point during the life of the trail, it got renamed to McKee Branch from Long Branch. So there you go, a little fun fact. Completed a little water crossing. The first water crossing that we've had on McKee Branch. We're on the other side of it now, but what we ended up doing was coming down here and crossing right on that green log, or that green rock, and coming across here. So, on the other side now. Right off McKee Branch is Sutton McGee Cemetery, and we decided to stop by up here and see it. It's really old. Most of the gravestones are deteriorated. But yeah, this is it. It's not too far off. It's an unmarked path, so you got to find the path, but once you find it, you can get here. This is it. And we came from right up that direction. Sitting at the intersection of Caldwell Fork Trail and McKee Branch Trail. Finished up McKee Branch, and now we're on Caldwell just for not even a 1/10 of a mile before we get to Big Fork Ridge Trail, where we'll finish up the hike. Let's get on it. Let me show you some of it.
It's not too. Yeah, I know.
Big Fork Ridge Trail, last one of the day. Here we go. All right, making our way across the log bridge. It used to be up there. Then after the hurricane, it got swept way down here. So what we ended up doing is coming down here and crawling up through here to get onto it. Now crossing Sketchy. The other option is to get wet, which may have been a better option. Hiking on Big Fork Ridge, and that first mile or so is uphill. Man, it goes uphill. Then it kind of flattens out. We start the downhill. You see where they've done a lot of cleanup work on this trail, thankfully. Thank the cleanup crews. But it's a good trail. We've had a couple of blowdowns that we needed to work our way through, but we got through it. So we'll finish up here and do a closeout in a little bit. The lower section of Big Fork, and it opens up pretty nicely. Trail kind of gradual descent now, and so not much longer we'll be at the end of the trail, but there's beautiful woods out here. All right, coming up at the end of the trail, there's a water crossing, but there is a bridge. So let's get across it. Finish up. All right, this is the end. There we go. All right, gonna do a little closeout video here, hiking over in Cataloochee. And so it has been a great day hiking. Had a wonderful crew hiking out here with us today. And so started out on Cataloochee Divide, and that is a great trail. We hiked, it's pretty much uphill, but some flat spots that help balance it out. And so really can't complain about it at all. Great trail. Hiked all the way to Double Gap and then turned around and came back to McKee Branch. And on the way back, we stopped at the Swag, and I mean, that's a cool place. They give hikers free ice cream and free bottled Cokes, and I mean, it's just fantastic. So great thing that they do there for the hikers. And so spent some time there and ate lunch, jumped on McKee Branch, and headed downhill on that thing. And you talk about a steep downhill. That's a lot of steep downhill, and the leaves kind of fall into the trail, and so it's like a gutter, and made it really slippery, just so all of those leaves down in there. But made it through that trail fine, and jumped on Big Fork Ridge Trail and headed down again back to the car. And so Big Fork Ridge starts out with a little bit of uphill and then takes a downhill, and it's downhill all the way. A couple of water crossings, a couple of maintenance issues with some blowdowns, but overall very nice trail. Very pretty out here, so you get a lot of good views off these trails. Highly recommend this hike. You just need a key swap to do it. So anyway, get out and do some hiking. I'm gonna leave some videos up here in the corners. If you wouldn't mind, give those a watch, like, subscribe if this helps you. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.